Okay, thank you. Amara, try and I see I'm not hearing. Your voice projection is very down. Amara, can you read?
Which organization was replaced by the EAC?
Very good. Which organization was replaced by the East African Community? Yes, Luvo Wamushin. Which organization was replaced by the East African Community? If you know the answer, you can put it in the chat box. You send a message direct to me through the chat box. So here they are asking which organization was replaced by the East African Community? Which organization was replaced by the ESC? Which organization is that, class? I'm waiting for some answers in the chat box. Yes, someone has finished. This is Loa Mushin. Thank you for trying. It's not really, it's not that. Another one, the organization, you remember very well when we were beginning in the Genesis, we said how the East African Community started as early as 1948. It was now that one, East African High Commission. From there, when Tanzania got her independence in 1961, it withdrew from the East African High Commission. Then we came to the East African Common Service Organization. Then by 1967, the three founder member presidents sat and they formed another federation which reunited to form the East African Community in 1967. So which organization was replaced by the East African Community according to here? Yes, please. Nakachwa, which organization is that? ESCSO in full. Abraham.
Yes, please, teacher.
Which organization is that? It's that one. Can you read that?
East African Common Service Organization.
All of you read.
East African Common Service Organization.
Very good. That was the East African Common Service Organization. It's the organization which replaced the East African Community. The East African Community replaced this one. We started with this, then from here, in 1948, it was East African High Commission. Then when Tanzania got independence, it withdrew from it. Then they formed another organization, which was the East African Common Service Organization. Then in 1967, the new East African Community was formed. Then in 1977, the East African Community collapsed. So these are the things you need to remember about the East African Community. These years are very important. They will ask you, name the organization which was formed in 1948 and it was uniting the member countries of East Africa. Yes, I think which organization was formed? Political organization was formed to unite the three countries in 1948. Which organization is that? Let's react very fast. Excuse me, teacher. I can't see Urban screen. Can't see my screen. So the answer for number one, what's the answer for number one now? Look, what's the answer for number one? Makia? Mary? People are not talking, but not. Teacher, try, can't see your screen. Someone is not seeing. Atika, are you seeing now the screen? Letitia? Letitia, are you seeing the screen? Are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Even Ina, are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go back here. Which organization? The answer for number one is what? All of you, can you tell me? What's the answer for number one? Because these are the
High Commission.
number one, the organization which was replaced by the East African Community. That is
East African High Commission.
African Common Service Organization. Not this. It was, first of all, number one, it was the East African High Commission. From there, we came to the East African Common Service Organization. Then from there, we came to the East African Community. So they want the organization that the East African Community replaced. It means it's this one. Then East African Common Service Organization replaced the East African High Commission. That's the trend. Purity, read the question number 2.
Identify where the headquarters of the
Funny.
East African Community were located.
Very good. Yes. Tiffany, where are the headquarters of the East African Community? Where are they located? Tiffany, where are the headquarters of the East African Community? Where are they located? Susan, where are the headquarters?
Tanzania.
Tanzania. The place in Tanzania, the exact place.
Sure.
Very good. That is Arusha. Arusha in Tanzania. That's where we find the headquarters of the East African Community. Mary Collins. Mary. Mary. By the way, when I call you, at least I want to. Yes, in which year was the East African Community formed? In which year? In which year was the East African Community formed? Actually, you can put the message, you write in the chat box. Everyone, you can write your answer in the chat box. The year when the EAC was formed, the East African Community was formed. In which year? Write very fast, I'm waiting. No one has so far written the message. Can we write in the chat box? The year when the East African Community was formed. Write a direct message to the teacher. Very good. Kemigisha, Susan, very good. See, I've seen on Susan and Kemigisha. Where are other people? Yes, Purity, very good. I think the first 3 are enough. That is 1967. Amara, cross-check that. Your answer, it's 1967. Thank you very much. That's the year. So the headquarters are in Arusha. The East African Community was formed in 1967. Then this East African Common Service Organization, 1961. East African High Commission, 1948. So just be aware of these years. East African Community, 1967. East African Common Service Organization, 1961. East African High Commission, 1948. That is it. Let's go to number 3. Abraham, read for us question number 3. Shaina. Okay, I'm seeing people are joining. Abraham.
Suggest any 2 reasons why the East African Community was formed.
Very good. Suggest any 2 reasons why the East African Community was formed. Okay, I'm waiting for answers. People are not putting up their hands, so I am not recognizing. When they read a question, in their answer. Yeah, I'm seeing Makia. You know the problem, you don't put on your videos. That's a very big challenge. So, okay. Someone is saying, yeah, Purity say, wrote. 1, promote trade. That was a reason. So, and this week we are sending work, hard copies. So you never know this question may appear. So you need to be very, very attentive. To promote trade. Another one, reasons why the East African Community was formed. Yes, Ethan. Ethan. Ina. Reason is why the East African Community was formed.
To make laws.
Yes, thank you. Make laws. Another one. Someone has said another answer. To promote cooperation. Promote cooperation. Promote cooperation. Very good. Another one said to promote unity. Promote cooperation. To promote unity. Promote trade, promote cooperation. To promote free movement. Promote free movement of people and their goods. To create a wider market. To create a wider market. So there are very many reasons, just to mention but a few, but get to understand these ones. This East African Community, the countries came together. At first, we remember very well, there were 3 countries. That was Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Later on, in 2007, we saw that Rwanda and Burundi joined the East African Community. For this, they wanted to achieve this. And also in the late 2016, we saw South Sudan joining the East African Community. Even other countries, DRC, Somalia, also are wishing to join. So we see how marketable the community is. So they want also to join the East African Community. Question number 4. Ina, can you read question number 4?
Mention the presidents who formed the East African Community in 1967.
Very good. Can you mention these presidents who formed the East African Community in 1967? In 1967, let's write these presidents, the founder member presidents of the East African, not this is capital E, the founder member presidents of the East African Community. Let's begin with our mother country, Uganda. Who was the president of Uganda who founded the East African Community? Yes. Makia, the one for Uganda was? Someone is writing already. Who was the one for Uganda? Yes, Amara has finished. Makia, who is that one? Amara, that's very good. The one for Uganda, Makia. Vanessa and Hira, can you rescue the situation? Who was the one for Uganda, the founder member president of Uganda, who founded the East African Community? Yes, please. Amara said this was Dr. Apollo Milton Obote. Very good. He's the one who founded. Then who was the president of Tanzania? The one who founded. I'm waiting for some people. Yes, Amara wrote. People also be active. Can you try it? You write in the chat box. I read your messages to people whose names I cannot maybe at times mention. You try. I see your messages in the chat box. Let's use this as a very good communication room. So who was the one? Yes, China. Who was the one for Tanzania? The founder member presidents of East African Community from Tanzania. Who was this one? Mara said Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Another word is Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, but for your case, you can stop there. But also he had his name, Mwalimu Julius Kambarage. But you can leave it, with it or without it, the answer. Okay, then lastly, Kemigisha has finished. The last president of Kenya who formed the East African Community. Like from Kenya, we had Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. Kenyatta is double T. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. So these are the founder member presidents of the East African Community. So note this. In 1967. In 1967, time is running. So those are I'm wrapping. Should I wrap? Or have you finished writing them? Mary, can I delete them? Mary, Letitia, Atik, have you finished? Shaina, you are
Yes.
not. You have finished writing.
Yes.
I want to go to another slide. Adawa, have you finished? You written. Makia, Tiffany. Tiffany, you are not seeing my screen.
Yes.
Sure. Let me screen. Okay, we are going to number 5. Question number 5, someone was saying, teacher Dan, okay. Number 5 should be read by teacher. Atiki, read question number 5.
Write down any 2 factors that lead to the decline of the East African community.
Very good. Factors that led to the decline of the East African community. Can you mention those factors that led to the decline of the East African community? You can write them in the chat box to ease time. Simplify time. What are those factors that led to the decline of the East African community? Factor number one. Yes, please. Factor number one was factors why the East African community collapsed. Primary 6. Come on. What's that factor? The one we wrote in our slide. Which factor led to the decline of the East African community? We have that difference different political ideologies. That was factor number one. Factor number two, the rise of President Idi Amin Dada in power. It led to the collapse. Shortage of funds. It was started. One amongst the factor. Another factor which led to the decline, why the East African community? I gave you very many reasons that led to the collapse of the East African community. Lack of common language. Lack of a common language. Language. The fact is every country speaks its own language. We don't have a community language. But among the future prospects, they have to propose Kiswahili. Kiswahili language. We can use that. That's why also the anthem is in Kiswahili. So those are some of the factors that led to the collapse. Some, so you read more. In the presentation slide, when we were looking at the factors, I gave you very many points, but with the interest of time, I think you can read other more. I'm seeing I tick 2 times. I tick James. Okay. Okay, number 6. Can someone read number 6? We have very many questions. Can you read number 6? Fadila? Fadila? Fadila, read question number 6. Suggest 2 results of the collapse of the East African community. What are the results of the collapse of the East African community? What came about? What came after the collapse of the East African community? One, trade was made difficult. Two, member
states.
Yes, please.
Member states.
Member states. Would no longer move freely across borders. There was disunity. There was disunity among the member countries. Since the community had collapsed, there was no unity. Then number 7, in which year the East African community collapsed? I think this one is very clear to everyone. Can you rewrite it? In which year did the East African community collapse? Which year was that? Susan? The year when the East African community collapsed?
1976.
No, 1977. 1967, that's when it was formed. Then 1977, it lasted for just only 10 years. Then it collapsed. Very good. Shaina wrote 77, Purity 1977. So the East African community collapsed in 1977. Adau, are you getting me? Adau Gach. Okay. Let's go to, I think we shall stop on number 10.
Yes.
Name the president, yes, name the president of the East African countries who signed the treaty to revive the East African cooperation. Can you name now the presidents after the collapse in 1977, when the East African community collapsed in 1977? The heads of state of certain countries by the early 1994, people sat down. Yes, Kemigisha? Kemigisha? I saw your hand up. The people who revived. Who are these people who revived? The one who brought it back after the collapse. Uganda was who? Kenya and Tanzania. Uganda was President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. For Kenya, we had His Excellency. Some people, of course, have read writing them. Okay, let me wind up. For Kenya, we had His Excellency Daniel Arap Moi. Daniel Arap Moi. Time has gone. Arap Moi. And lastly, the one for Tanzania was His Excellency Benjamin Mkapa of Tanzania. Then reasons for the revival, they are the same as above, but as time has gone, I wish you the best. We shall continue from there tomorrow. Have a good day, but remember, you take time and you do revise those questions. They are very, very